Now, good afternoon, Joe. It's a privilege to have you again in a Zoom call this time. And from my side, unbelievable. You are the very first fancier that got this ranking or this status now for the second time to be the fancier of the week. You clock all 8 your pigeons within 1 minute 55 seconds. All your pigeons were in the loft. Unbelievable. Yeah, Joe, from my side, you make me going and do a bit of homework. And I just want to give everyone in the world a bit of background of Africa Pro. My aim was to find the best fancier in the world, to identify one of them. And I was thinking for quite some time, how can we do such a race in order to do so? And I come up with the idea that we must allow everyone to send exactly the same number of pigeons. In that stage, it was like 10 pigeons each or 8. And then I'll take the time of the first 5 or a big number. I'll accumulate all those first pigeons or all these pigeons time together. And as time progressed with this idea, I at the stage say, no, we're going to wait for too long for all 5 pigeons. We can wait for 2 days before all 5 is in. And then I had it at the stage, no, I'm going to take your first 3 pigeons. And then on the last minute, we just changed it to the first 2 pigeons because we might wait overnight for the 3rd pigeon on the final. Yes. Nevertheless, I just want to tell everyone your result. On a race 6, I already gave it all 8 pigeons in 1 minute 35 seconds. On week 5, you clock 5 pigeons in 10 minutes on the 383 kilometers. On week 4, you win the race and you had all 6 of your pigeons in within 6 minutes.
Sure.
And on week 3, getting better, you clock 5 pigeons. You clock 5 pigeons within 53 seconds. So, and in week 2, you clock 7 pigeons within 11 minutes. So, yeah, this is, in my opinion, a world-class performance. From my side, I just want to ask you, did you know your pigeons can do so well in tailwinds? And what type of weather you prefer?
You know, like I said last time, Hendrik, these are basically new pigeons. So I've only worked with them, this will be now the 2nd year. And so I don't know them that well. You know, I have a certain criteria. I look at pigeons and then I try and rebuild new pigeons. You know, I always try and look forward. I did have, and I'm not going back in time now, but about 2 years ago, I did have a double gold pigeon in South Africa, which was one of the greatest birds I've ever raced. I couldn't believe what I was seeing when he raced. And he was the gold medal in the short distances and on the fast one. So I suppose now and then you do get birds, and it was really, this race was an eye opener to me because I truly believed that those birds, it was going to be too fast for them, and it just shows you how wrong I was. That's why I say the sport's so beautiful. You know, there's so many mysteries and in little bits and pieces we don't really know what goes in the pigeon's mind and body, and it's amazing. I love the sport so much. You know.
Never crossed my mind that we're going to see nearly 2,000 velocity in year 1. And I know, I'm quite sure we're seeing some warm temperatures coming up for this coming week and even to the final. So the velocity is going to come way down as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the pigeon's getting tested through all sorts of weather conditions. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that is very important. I think the ultimate pigeon would be that. The bird that can handle almost anything, which is a dream we all have to create. Not so easy to achieve it.
No, you keep it a secret, but I know you done a hard selection when you send your 15 pigeons to Africa Pro. It took you some time. You told me once you nearly bred 200 youngsters, and out of those 200, you go and you basically handpick the right ones. But what will be your advice to the average fancier out there? What is your secret, or is it a secret?
No, bird that looks just a little bit, that I create doubt in my mind. I try and avoid it. And even though after all that, Hendrik, if you look, I sent 15. I don't have all 15. So even my supposedly selection is also not 100% accurate. So you know, you must be as strict as you possibly can, not just breed 15 birds and send them to any race. I mean, you must try and be as strict as you can. And I think then you'll be able to have some results, you know.
Yeah. Last question. Is there any advice you can give the overseas fanciers? Because what we can see now is that South African fanciers, local fanciers tend to dominate. And we had this discussion, can it be the mold, or is it the time of the year we're racing? Or is there some other complications, like, for example, the age of the pigeons when they send? Is there any advice you can give us on that?
Hendrik, I'm just, you know, not being with the birds and just not knowing them, but I don't think the molt would be the problem of the overseas birds. Not in all of them. I can't see it, but I can definitely think that the birds are challenges of quarantines and the age of the birds and that. So obviously, if you can send a younger bird, it's easier to teach a younger bird anything than a 5, 6, 7-month-old pigeon. You know, a 2, 3-month-old bird, it's much easier. I think there's maybe some of the answers lie there. And obviously, that's not the only thing, but I think it would help a lot. A lot. I mean, you got to think of it, Hendrik. If I've breed you birds in South Africa and I only send them to you when they're 7, 8 months old, and I tell you, okay, Hendrik, now go race with these, I don't think you're going to get much success because they're already very old. To teach them to fly and, you know, to teach them their brains. So that's just my personal opinion, where I think if they can send you younger birds, but not too young, you know, not babies that are 30, 40 days old, obviously, but babies that are months, say 2, 3 months, you know, obviously the quarantine has to take place overseas, but that age, and then you can home them, the lungs can develop, the throats, you know, and all that, because I'm a great believer in the lungs of the pigeons. And I think that will help the overseas people, definitely. I might be, you know, plucking a lot for my own backside here, like we say in South Africa. But that's the truth. I would love the overseas people also to do well, because this is such a beautiful race. I love this race because of the concept, the regionality of it. That's what makes this race unique. And that's what's important for everybody to perform well. And I'm truly, in my heart, I know it will happen eventually. The overseas oaks will get it right. You don't have to worry. The overseas guys will get out their ways and I'll come strongly. I'm sure of it. In actual fact, I know it. They will. I think they must stay positive.
Yeah. No, very good. Thank you, Joe. It's a privilege for me to talk to world-class fancier. We always had in our minds that you will fare well in Africa Pro. And that performance of blocking 5 pigeons within 33 seconds and winning a race and being in the same race crowned as fancier of 6 pigeons in 6 minutes and all those things just speak for itself. It speaks volumes. So keep the good work up, and we're looking forward to more races to come.
Thanks, Hendrik, and you guys as well. I do believe you're doing the best for all the birds. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Joe. All the best.
Cheers.